Hey everyone, this is Andrea back with another BTS reaction. It's been a while. I started by reacting to some of their music videos, but then a lot of you had suggested that I react to their guides. So I have reacted to 3 different BTS guides recently, and now I feel that I have enough knowledge and experience that I want to go back and do some more music videos. There are still a few guides that you have recommended that I want to get to eventually, but for now I want to get back into the music, so let's do it. Today I'm going to be reacting to 2 of their music videos. The first one is Idol and the second one is Not Today. I have no idea what these are about, but I will be watching very closely and listening to the message and enjoying and analyzing like I always do. So let's get right to that. But before we do, if you are enjoying this content, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. We also have a Patreon where you can catch all of our full unedited reactions well in advance of the YouTube upload. So the first video I'm going to be reacting to is Idol by BTS. Okay, it looks like they're in Africa. Looks like a safari. They're even dressed for a safari. So they're shifting back and forth. So far what I'm seeing is there's different location shifts. It looks like they're in Africa in one scene and maybe in Europe in another in front of that building. I'm not sure. And there's an airplane coming through, and it looks like anime or manga letters with idol and artist. So it looks like right away they're singing about their journey, their experience as musical artists that travel the world and get to play in different places. They're self-aware of their status as idols. So let's keep going. So I'm just going to pause and say it looks like it's possibly a response to their critics. In a few of the guides I watched, I learned that unfortunately, for whatever reason, BTS has a lot of haters and a lot of critics. And this is maybe their response to those haters or their critics who want to change BTS, and BTS is coming back and saying, you know what, we love ourselves, we're going to be who we want to be, and that's it. So I love their spunk in responding to their critics in this way. I could definitely dance to this. I love myself and I love my fans. So they're also incorporating ARMY into their message, which is great. I loved when I watched those guides, they talked a lot about how everything BTS did was for their fans and how BTS inspired love, not only between themselves and their fans, but also amongst members of their own fan base. So this song has a very positive message, a little bit of a bite back at the critics, but at the same time, they're also reassuring their fans that they're going to keep being who they are. Rabbit inside of a moon, that's cool. Mind your own business, wow. So they have a shark outside of a cage. So what looks like a shark outside of a cage, and they're dancing in the cage. So it makes me think of a fishbowl, and being in a fishbowl is a metaphor for being under the spotlight. And BTS is expressing their idea that they feel like they're under the spotlight. They feel that they're under criticism and everybody's trying to make them into something they're not, and they just want to be themselves. And that is a great message. A lot of bright colors in here too to reinforce the positive vibe. I could see this being great played in concert live. Okay, so bigger versions of themselves. So in this building I was talking about, it looks like maybe that symbolizes Europe, and they had some Asian style buildings in there as well. Again, probably to reinforce the fact that they travel all over the world. Not only that, they have fans all over the world. So I feel like now that I've watched those guides, I have a much clearer interpretation of BTS and the messages that they portray in their music. The way they dance. The song does make you just want to jump out of your seat and dance. So it looks like we're coming to the end here. Okay, so that was Idol by BTS. That was great. I really enjoyed that song. And as I mentioned, watching the guides that a lot of you had recommended gave me a bit of a better perspective on how to interpret BTS now that I understand a lot of their history, a lot of what goes on behind the scenes, and some of the unfortunately negative experiences they've had in the K-pop industry. I can definitely see that that song as kind of a backlash at their critics. They're saying, you can't make me into who you want. I am who I am, and I'm going to be that person. So I also, there was a little bit of a message. They mentioned their fans, and as the guides inform me, BTS loves their fans. Everything they do is with their fans in mind. They've even encouraged their fans to support one another, which is a wonderful thing. So I am also going to watch one more video called Not Today by BTS. And I'm excited to look at that and to see if I can interpret their perspective in that song anymore. So I am going to be reacting to Not Today. Okay, so this is interesting scenery here. So it looks like they're either running away from something or running towards something. Oh, okay, it's like a mini film. Kind of cool how BTS builds storylines into their music. Somewhere in a warehouse or an underground parking garage. Yeah, there's definitely a storyline going on here. Wonder what's happening. Okay, now the music starts. Cool.
언젠가 꽃은 지겹지 but no not today 그때가 오늘은 아니지 no no not today 아직은 죽기에는 더 그때 no no not today no 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 not today 그래 우리는 extra but still part of this world extra plus ordinary 그것도 별거 아니야.
So I just want to pause and I just want to say, first of all, I love how they kind of built their music video or built a storyline into their music video. At the beginning, there was some sort of an apocalyptic atmosphere. It looked like they were all running away from something. Something was happening. I have no idea what. And maybe we're going to find out in this song. And so far, it looks like they're saying today is not the day to die. So I wonder if it's a reference to the fact that, as I found out with some of the guides, and some of you have told me, and also listening to a few of their other songs like Black Swan and On, I'm wondering if what's happening here is maybe they are talking about the music industry and maybe talking about some of those days where things are stressful or frustrating and maybe too much and they just feel like giving up. And maybe this song is encouraging hope to just, no, I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to keep going. So let's keep going and see if that's what they're talking about. Light breaks through the darkness. Yeah.
Baby, yes, I want it. 날아갈 수 없음 뛰어갈 수 없음 걸어 걸어갈 수 없음 기어 기어서라도 길러 그나참 젖은 발사.
Love their dancing. These guys are amazing dancers. So if you believe in me, hands up. So again, I think it's very encouraging, or they're encouraging their fans to keep supporting them. And at the same time, they're acknowledging their fans for continuing to give them support. And they're saying no, because ARMY is constantly supporting us. We're not going to give up because we believe in ARMY and ARMY believes in us. So that's what I see their message being here. So it does look like they're talking about their music. They're talking about their kind of shooting up the charts, so to speak. And even though sometimes it's discouraging, if they keep going, they will continue to find success. I also want to mention back there, they said that they have faith in each other. After watching those guides, that's what I saw, is a lot of the BTS members have faith in one another, and during their hard times, if one was having troubles or experiencing mental health challenges, they would support each other. They showed so much love towards each other. So I think that's what they're referencing, is even if one of us is having a bad day, we're going to get together and we're going to support them and help them get through this. So they repeat "not today" a lot as kind of a mantra, as a way of encouraging themselves, and even during difficult times, encouraging yourself to keep going. And I also saw that they mentioned earlier, I saw that they mentioned the idea of togetherness, and it's they're a team, and together they're more than the sum of their parts. They're a team, and if one of them is experiencing difficulties, they will support each other. And not only that, but they consider their fans to be part of their team, or the army to be a part of their team in a way as well. So what's chasing them is the fear. So they're taking it one day at a time. And if you can survive today, you can survive tomorrow. Such a positive message here. Okay, so I think we're at the end here. I just want to make sure we are at the end before okay. So the ending of the video also kind of brings back the movie-like feel of the beginning, where you have "not today" shown again in kind of a film, the structure of a film. I don't know what you would call that. It looks like one of those older, I guess it was from the 1930s, or one of those older film strip, the look of an older film strip. There was a bit of a storyline in there. At the beginning, you had them running away from something, which later I discovered was their fear. So maybe what they fear is, well, different fears. Maybe fears that they can't keep going with their music. And it could also relate to some of our own fears of maybe insecurity or mental health challenges. And then you have him at the beginning, they're running away from their fears, and then he walks through a parking garage, and it looks like he faces his fear. And then they're "not today" is kind of, I don't know if it's so much, the other song, "Idol," was about facing the challenges of their critics. But I think in "not today," what they were maybe talking about is that we won't give up. If you can just get through, the word "today" means if you can just get through today, then just take it one day at a time. If you can get through today, you can get through tomorrow, and you can just keep going. After watching those guides that you recommended, I got the sense that they were talking about supporting one another. When one of them is having a bad day, when one of them doesn't want to keep going, then the rest of them supports their team member, so to speak. And I think they're also implicating ARMY into that song as well. That ARMY, they keep going for their fans, for the ARMY. So that was great. I wanted to mention that some of you had recommended these songs. "Idol" and "Not Today" were among those that were more heavily recommended, so I hope you enjoyed that reaction. I will, as I mentioned, be reacting to more BTS guides as well as more music videos in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, and I will see you next time.